Hello guys, I'm gonna do another test flight in Aerofly FS4, and this time I will do a super short trip from Philadelphia to New York. And these short flights are basically, or in my opinion, they are the best stress test for an airliner. You can see that I have a cruising altitude from only 11,000 feet, so just enough to accelerate to cruising speed and then begin the descent. Today I'll fly the 747, and that's a plane I flew quite a lot in X-Plane, either the mod by Sparky or the version by SSG, and let's see how this one compares to them. There we are. I'm gonna set my parking brake. And take a quick look around the cockpit. Again, the cockpit looks very good. Most certainly better than the SSG version. And normally the plane is all set up for takeoff, but in this case I have to do two adjustments. First I have to enter the cruising altitude here, and also here. And I think I'll reset the decision height for now. Now I think we're pretty much good to go. Releasing the parking brake and choke arm. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Much better takeoff logic than in the SSG version. You can see now we have reached acceleration height, and VNAV has bucked up speed, so I have to pitch down to catch that speed. And also the thrust has changed to climb thrust. It also shows me the minimum speeds for the flap settings, so I can retract flaps. Still hand flying. Definitely feels like a heavy aircraft. Alright, flaps up. I think it has a nice heavy feel about it. Let's kick in the autopilot. In the meantime, VNAV has bucked up speed to 240 knots. I will leave all the lights on because the route is so short. There's our top of climb. Yet again, very nice scenery, I think. These little buildings are actually 3D buildings, and I think they blend in well. Alright, we are reaching 10,000 feet and watch the target speed. Immediately VNAV is bugging up speed. I think it's already the cruising speed. As we are leveling off at our low cruising altitude. And in the FMC it says active cruise. Wonderful. And this page also shows me the distance to the top of descent. Only 20 nautical miles to go. And we have reached our cruising speed here. Bit of wind going on. Let's reset the MCP altitude. The outside textures look quite good, I think. Quite sharp. Here we can see the effect of the wind, so there is something going on. I feel like sometimes the sound is very dependent on where you look. Feels a bit strange, but let's set ourselves some minimums. at 500 feet above ground level. Is the top of descent moving away from us? I don't think so. Gonna set the auto brake to 3 at least. Alright. So now VNAV speed has engaged and we have a new target speed, which is the descent speed. Now let's see what happens next. Now as we pass 10,000 feet, the target speed is decreased to 240 knots. And I think I should help the plane a bit. Because we are not allowed to fly faster than 240 knots below 10,000 feet. So unfortunately there is no descent page on the Boeing planes. Maybe that's something they will implement, because the A320, the Airbus for example, is a very detailed FMC, and also there's no progress page yet. Maybe that's something they will implement. I would really appreciate if the planes would be improved even more. Because the sim already comes with 30 planes, the deluxe version. I think all they would need to do is take the planes which are already there and make them even better. And they are already really good, I think. Especially with regard to the avionics and the autopilot. Even with flight factor, I had quite some issues if I would do a very low cruising altitude flight. So I'm not sure why we are still in VNAV speed, but that's something I don't know exactly. I would assume that VNAV switches over to VNAV path, especially as we are already low on profile. I can just switch over to vertical speed. So VNAV speed was doing the right thing. It was just holding the speed, but the problem with VNAV speed is that it doesn't care about the profile. It would have to switch over to VNAV path. But again, I would have to read the FCOM to tell how this works in real life. Alright, speed brake is armed, auto brake is set to 3, and I can already arm the localizer. And I'm flying on vertical speed, but I have set it to 0 to help the plane decelerate. And also we are below the profile and below the glide slope, so I can just fly level. Ah, nice, there's also an approach mode. So in the 747, the ILS is already tuned in if you select the ILS approach. And we have an ILS approach selected. Now the glide slope is coming down, and I hope I can quickly capture the localizer here. Because we are wasting some energy here as we are flying level. You can hear the engines. Here you can see profile is coming back, the localizer, the glide slope is coming down. If you use vertical speed to hold the altitude, you can just change it if you need to. Because I don't want to get above the glide slope. There's the localizer. Now I can arm the glide slope and capture it immediately. So this time I don't want to forget to put the gear down. gonna set myself a missed approach altitude just for good practice. Let's just pretend it was 6,000 feet. This is the first time my frame rate drops below 60 or 50. But that's probably because there's a lot of things going on here. I'm gonna prepare for landing now. Gear down. Gonna disengage the auto throttle. Because of the wind, it's a bit difficult to hold the speed. That actually reminds me very much on X-Plane. Flaps, gear, speed brake, auto brake. There's our radio, altimeter, our decision height, the DME, everything there. Alright, let's do some hand flying.
1,000.
Disconnecting the autopilot. Not sure where the runway puppies, or how they are called, are.
Approaching decision height.
Maybe they are missing for this specific runway.
Decision height. $400. $300. Approaching decision height. Decision height. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, touchdown, reverses. It's only a short runway. Probably much too short for such a big airplane. Alright. There's some AI traffic coming in. Nice. Is that water on the runway? No. Alright, let's have a quick replay here.
100. Approaching decision height.
Nice. I love those camera views. Just a good set of presets. It's strange, but I feel like of all the Boeing aircrafts, the 747 is the easiest to fly. Like the 757 is much more difficult. So I think the flight went pretty well. At some point I was just wondering why VNAV wouldn't switch over from VNAV speed to VNAV path. But overall the autopilot seems to be very solid. How does this compare to the SSG or the 747 by Sparky? I think they both have a bit more of system depth, but neither one of them seems to be more solid with regard to the autopilot. And this one can surely compete graphics-wise. I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.